Basketball legend Rick Bryd served as collegiate head coach on the Belmont University campus for 33 years. During his remarkable tenure, Byrd acquired 17 conference championships and 805 career wins, the 13th most wins in NCAA basketball Division I history. Recently, our media team invited Coach Byrd to our campus to share his story of success as a coach, as well as his lifelong walk with Jesus. Enjoy! Coach Byrd, thank you so much for being here for this interview. To start, what was your favorite position when you played to play on the court?
Look how big I am, huh? Point guard was about all. They were not going to put me down in the post, so I was a guard.
Me too. So we're going to move to some more serious questions now. Will you walk us through your journey in college basketball and what led you to become a Division I coach?
My father was a sports writer for the Knoxville Journal, and his beat, as they call it, was the University of Tennessee basketball. So I got to start going to games when I was really young. I sold programs when I was probably 9 or 10, and then as soon as the buzzer sounded, they let me quit selling. I literally went down and sat underneath the press table. So I sat there and watched SEC basketball as a young kid. I already loved to play by that time. I ended up playing for a year of junior college basketball in Florida. Didn't play very much, didn't deserve to play very much. Came back to Knoxville and went to UT. And then they started a junior varsity program when freshmen became eligible. And so the coaching staff asked me if I would play on the junior varsity team, even though I was fourth year in college by that time. And that was a big break for me because it got me back in the game. And I don't think I could possibly be where I ended up if I didn't get back in the game. And I stayed on as a student assistant, still practiced with the varsity. Just learned an awful lot by being in that program. Got a break and got a job as an assistant coach while I was still in graduate school at Tennessee at Maryville College. 2 years later, they named me the head coach when I was just 24, and then the Belmont job came open, and 40 years later, now here I am.
That's quite a journey. You talked about your father. As a mentor, what role did he play in that journey?
He was a man of great humility, thought about other people before himself, didn't care about attention. So I just learned how he treated people.
As a head coach, what core values did you emphasize to your players, both on and off of the court?
You know, I think that's an area that you bring up that I think a lot of coaches today care that part of their job is to educate young men that are in college or in high school or wherever you're coaching, because the words of a coach are going to matter. I'd like to think that at Belmont we thought a lot about the way we represented the university, treating your opponents with respect and the officials with respect, putting the team first, being a great teammate. I hope those things stuck. They were important to me because that's the way I was brought up. I just get more feedback from players about those things, and almost never remember the play you called, the out of bounds play, or remember the last shot that somebody won a game with. It's about the other stuff.
You coached at Belmont, which is a Christian school. As a Christian, how did you balance your drive for success while also maintaining a focus on Christ?
I've never had a problem thinking that you can't compete and give your best and want to win the game badly as long as you do everything the right way. And I had this rule no matter where I coached, but there's way too much profanity used in athletics today by coaches and players, and we didn't allow that on the floor. We didn't use it as a staff. Just another one of those things that we were trying to teach the young men in our basketball program. Prayer is personal and different for everybody, so we'd say the Lord prayer before every game. I just always prayed for safety of the players and certainly my family each and every day.
You have achieved an incredible 805 career wins, 17 conference championships, and you coached 17 academic All-Americans over your 38-year coaching career. So what's been the secret to kind of accomplishing all of these milestones?
We had academic All-Americans because we recruited young men that were real students and that cared about doing well and getting their degree. The other stuff, I would say the biggest thing for me was that Belmont was the right place for me to coach. I had great players, I had great staffs. Basketball is so fun to play. It's such a great game. I tried to make playing on our basketball teams fun.
Nowadays, it's kind of rare to see a coach as loyal to a team as you were to Belmont. How do you think that loyalty impacted the trust your players had in you and ultimately impacted your coaching?
I think it probably helped in recruiting. It probably helped with parents who wanted to see some consistency in that area, and hopefully the way that we ran our program. When you have the same offense, the same philosophy, run things the same way, guys are staying 4 or 5 years, then your chances of being successful are better than today's world where half your team or more are transfers or freshmen. The real important part of coaching is that it's how you relay things to your players. It's that relationship that's way more important than the X's and O's.
Finally, if our audience of CPA students only had one takeaway or one story from this interview, what would you want them to know?
I was lucky to have a great career, but I'm certainly nobody special. I'm somebody that went out and tried to do the job the best they could, tried to make a great experience for the young men that were in our basketball program, to do what was right by Belmont University. It was about just going day by day and trying to do the right thing.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Lofton.